After years of waiting, Legendary Elincia is finally here, and that means it's time for a summoning session. Now my goal for tonight is I'm just summoning on reds. That is my main goal. I want Elincia more than anything. Crom after that, because I do need a sword for Lapis, and then Hinoka last. Hinoka is a great unit, don't get me wrong. I just don't really need more than a +1 of her, which I already have. Anyway, let's jump in. We'll start doing some summoning. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of questions to answer, as well as talking about some reruns, right? We have to talk no reds in the first circle. Great. So our secondary color is colorless. Maybe we'll get a Maria, which is okay-ish. Man, this banner sucks other than red. Like, red's so stacked, and then everything else is poop, in my opinion. Other than Maria, right? But, you know, one unit does not make the color good, typically. Anyways, so we'll back out here. Sniping them reds. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the reruns, right? So when are these units coming back? And there's no red again. This is a great start. Red isn't the most common color or anything, right? Like, you know, of course not. Okay, there's a Chad. Let's keep going. Anyway, gosh, let's start with Elincia, obviously. So when is Elincia coming back? So if you don't want to summon on this crap banner, okay, that's a red. When is she coming back? She's coming back in December. She's rerunning along Legendary Veronica and most likely Brave Robin, right? Pretty much every single time in December we get the Brave rerun in the Legendary Mythic banner. So that's I assume what will happen here. And that's a very, very good share, right? Is it as good as the share? I'd say it's about the same. Like it's pretty equal. Veronica might be not quite as good as Hinoka. Like maybe they're pretty close. I'd say Hinoka's definitely more meta in SD. But the point is like it's a very good share, right? Brave Robin, Gambit support, all kinds of great stuff. So that's a great thing there. Hinoka is coming back in January, so a little bit later than that. Goto is coming back in January as well. Then in February we have Claude coming back, which I assume is going to be his remix. Maybe he'll get put on the remix calendar at that point. Hey, I'll take this for sure. Ooh, merge for Ulm. I still use this Ulm in Arena Assault to kill Corns. She still dies to brave hits. He's still like a very effective Dragon Slayer. But yeah, then in March we have Saros coming back, so alongside female Byleth, and then also Dagger and Odor sharing again in March. Yes! I mean, it's early. It's not the red unit I wanted the most, but you can't complain about Hinoka. She's a fantastic unit. She's like easily one of the best units in the entire game. She has really good fodder too. If you want to fodder her for Wings of Mercy, or I wouldn't recommend it. I would definitely either merge her or just like, you know, keep her if you can, because she is just such a good unit. Either way, glad to see her there. And then lastly, we do have in May, male Byleth going all the way to May. So very, very far banishment for him if you do need him. You might want to pick him up here, but I'm going to be honest, that green share is terrible, so maybe not. Anyways, with all that out of the way, you know, if you're not going to summon for Elincia here, definitely go for her in December, in my opinion, because she is definitely worth it. Very good unit. Though we do have a lot of melee flyers right now, right? Like melee flyers have become like very, very popular, right? With like Arian we just got, who's fantastic. Summer Shez, who we just got. And you even have like the older school ones, like, you know, Altina and Har. So lots of good options, actually. Anyways, let's jump into some questions. I want to start talking about Elincia a little bit. And the first question is going to be from Quinachillin1379. And they want to know, good luck on your summoning. Thank you so much. I'll be doing the same too. Okay, hopefully your summons go really well. And then they want to know what made me like Elincia so much. Okay, so this is I could talk about Elincia for a very long time. But Elincia is just such a fantastic character. I feel like she's like one of the best female protagonists we have in the entire game. And I think a lot of people like kind of, oh my god, we got the wife. We got the husband first, and now we're getting the wife. Perfect. I will take a merge, why not? Deathblow Force, definitely not the skill it was. There's no real reason to fodder her. But yeah, when it comes to Elincia, like, I feel like a lot of the female protagonists are not the best in Fire Emblem. We have some really good ones, but then they're kind of hit and miss for me. But when it comes to Elincia, like, you just get this really, really strong female character. And I think the best part is that she is like she has a sequel, right? She gets to have Path of Radiance and she gets to have Radiant Dawn. And so unlike a lot of other characters, she gets to have a long time to develop. And you really get to see her start off where she's like essentially like a very shy, timid little girl who is just looking for help, right? That's like the whole story of Path of Radiance. You know, Elincia runs an Ike, tries to, well, actually Grail, right? Like runs into Grail, gets Grail's help, Grail's dies, and then she starts going from place to place, right? She goes to Gallia, they can't help her, she has to go to Venyon, and then, you know, eventually they get the march onto Crimea and get Crimea back. And then, but what really makes it really good, because like really she starts off as like the typical, like stereotypical damsel in distress, like princess. But with Radiant Dawn, you really get this amazing character arc for Elincia, where you get to really complete her arc, and you get to see her take like up that role of being the powerful queen. Because like you get to have that thing with Ludwig, where he's trying to pull the coup, and you get to see Elincia like really step into her role as queen. And the real test for it, though, right, is right when you get to the area. I'm spoiling Radiant Dawn, sorry. When you get to the cutscene with Lucia, right, and Elincia has this moment where she has to choose to either like compromise with Ludwig, right, like after beating Ludwig, or she has to let Lucia die. She has to let Lucia get killed, and she actually makes the difficult choice. And you really get to see that moment where she is a queen, all right? She is looking at what is best for her country, even if her best friend dies. Now, obviously, Lucia doesn't die. Ike comes in like a Chad and saves her, but like, that's the point, right? And you just get this really amazing arc of seeing Elincia become this wonderfully complex and competent queen. And then you get to see her like step in between the two armies. Like, I don't know. Elincia is just a fantastic character. I don't think there's very many female characters who get as much screen time as her, and also get to use that screen time so effectively to develop a character. So I just adore Elincia. She's like easily, I don't know, she's like top 10 females, top 5 females. Nefne's number 1. I don't know after that. It's kind of muddy waters after Nefne. But yeah, I love Elincia so much, and I think a lot of people do too. I think the problem is just not enough people have played Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance because they're so hard to play. Because I think a lot of people would just fall in love with this character. Okay, let's go on to the next question before I just keep talking about Elincia the entire time, which I probably will anyway. This one's going to be from Himanga Bonner G999. I might have pronounced that wrong. What do you think will be the next big interesting change in the meta? The warp shenanigans in the current meta are cool, but I'm waiting to see if IS can still surprise us with new mechanics like the Divine Veins. Ooh, that's an interesting one. So, if I had to guess, like, what is the next thing? I think it's just going to be Divine Veins. Like, I think terrain is the next thing they're going to start playing with. Essentially, that's like, I think it was, you know, received very well from the overall player base, at least from what I've seen, which is like, you know, my YouTube channel, everybody else's YouTube channels, Reddit, essentially, like, you know, Discord. Everybody seems to like it. It's a cool mechanic. Hey, Lapis, let's go. Like I was mentioning earlier, my Lapis is at +8, now +9. So if we can get a Chrom, we can give her that arcane sword, and she'll be pretty much set. So very happy to see her. Awesome. But yeah, so I think that's what they're going to go. I don't know if they're going to try to create something completely new, or if they're just going to try to explain the terrain, or like expand on the terrain. The only problem is, like, as I mentioned when I was talking to like Phoenix Master and DTM and Joel in the podcast, is that, like, you know, the terrain counters itself, right? Every time you put down new terrain, it counters the old terrain. So if they explore it too much, right, if they make it too many units with the terrain effect, it kind of counters itself, and it kind of becomes less effective and more difficult to deal with. But I think that will be interesting to see how they deal with that. But I think that's the direction they're going to be going with the meta. But who knows? Maybe they'll do something completely different, right? Okay. Keep going. We're over halfway in already. Holy crap. Got one Hinoka. Really need Elincias. And Chroms, please. Come on, Red. Let's keep doing some questions. Maybe they'll bring some more luck. Gray. We're just getting all the Echoes characters today. I love Gray, though, so I'm happy to see him. He's pretty highly merged, too. Okay, so this next question is from Goros2289. Who do you want to see on the next month's Halloween banner? Personally, I'd love to see a full banner with villains like Jaritza, Arvis, Jeddah, Ashnart, and Zephiel. I'm also getting bored of the dragon-themed Halloween banners. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. I can see what you mean. After all, last year, we just got Corins, which was extremely boring to me, at least. I personally want one more dragon banner. I want a Teleus dragon banner. I want Nasir. Nasir needs to get into the game. We need him to complete the family. I would also love to see like Almeida, Rajayan, like, you know, all those characters to finish the entire family. And we'd also get more. Yes! All I had to do was talk about Teleus, and Elincia shows up. Let's go! Please be plus speed. Plus defense. Okay, sure. We'll take that. She has a speed boon, so that's why I'm saying that. She puts it like, she's like 51 speed naturally, which is like absurd. Anyway, I would like to just see all the Tellius dragons into the game, and they also have the best sprites when it comes to dragons, in my opinion. I think like Moosebell's like a second compared to them, so I would just like more of those. I'd also like one of them to have a PRF weapon, right? Right now we have to like rely on Arcane Grima, so like having a PRF version of that would be really cool, or like Mythic Degnicity or something like that. I don't know, something like that would be cool. So hopefully we can get that. Also, I hate to break your bubble too, but next year is the Year of the Dragon, so it's a good chance that we get dragons for New Year's as well. So we might be getting a double dragon banner, so, you know, sorry if you're not a big dragon fan, but they're most likely going to be showing up quite a bit in the next, like, 5 to 6 months. Okay, this next one's going to be from BTU 1734. And they want to know, with Elincia's C-slot essentially being Guidance 5 and the immense focus on fodder over the past year, do you think Tier 5 skills will ever come out? And if so, how horrifically would they break the game? Also, save 4 to nullify Severance when? Ugh, I really hope they don't ever add saves 4s. I don't like saves to begin with. I think they're a bad mechanic. They kind of like remove some of the fun strategic part of the game with positioning. So I really hope they don't add save 4s. When it comes to Tier 5 skills, if the game lasts long enough, obviously they will get added, like, I don't know, like 10 years from now or something. But at the moment, there's no real reason to have Tier 5 skills, because essentially the only reason why you'd want a Tier 5 skill, like the only functional reason to add a Tier 5 skill, is to improve an existing Tier 4 skill. So, like, realistically, there aren't that many skills that need upgrades that are Tier 4s. Like, maybe you could say, like, Death Blow, or, like, the solos maybe or something, but I don't think they're really going to do that. I think they're just going to keep exploring like new skill lines like we got with like Flared Sparrow, or with like, you know, Counter Roar, stuff like that, right? So I just expect to see more Tier 4s and just, ooh, nice circle. More Tier 4 skills that are just like new skill lines that are built off other skill lines. That's kind of more of what I expect. I don't really think they'll break the game, because whenever they do get added, by then, like, the power creep will be so insane that, like, Tier 5s won't be that big a video, probably. But, like, it's probably not till a very long time. If they do choose... Okay, so hear me out. I kind of want them to add Tier 5 skills, but I just want them to add one. I just want them to add Death Blow 5. And it will just be plus 10 attack, right? When you initiate, that's it. And the reason for that is if they put Death Blow 5 into the game, they have to increase the inheritance skill cap to 5. They have to, right? So that's the only reason why I want one Tier 5 skill and then never again. Just that one and then leave it. But I highly doubt they'll do that. Okay. Oh, oops, I clicked it. Okay, we got another Hinoka. Wow. Okay. Hinoka, like, you're awesome. You're great. Love you. Good IV. But I really wish you were Elincia or Chrom instead. You at +2 now, or +3 now, is already good enough. I don't need any more. Elincia's, I need 10 more copies, which is a lot. We're going to eventually +10 Legendary Elincia. We still have the +10 Ascendant Elincia. She's at like +6 right now. So that's going to be a long-term project. The 2 Elincias getting merged up. And then Chrom, we need that sword. Okay, let's do another question. This one's going to be from Verkados Ensei. What's a Tier 4 skill you'd like to see put on a defense, or on a demote or a free unit to make it more accessible? Okay, so when it comes to Tier 4 skills on demotes, like, I would love that, but I'll be realistic. IS isn't going to do that anytime soon, right? They haven't even given us Tier 3 skills yet. Like, we still are missing a ton of Tier 3 skills. We don't have Quick Repose 3 in the tier, in the normal pool, the normal demote pool, right? That's nuts. Like, why don't we have that? Like, you have to spend 20k feathers for Quick Repose 3. We don't have attack speed solo in the base demote pool. That's ridiculous. That's not even a good skill anymore, right? No one uses solos 3s anymore. Even solo 4s aren't that good. So, like, I would love to see Tier 4 skills in the demote pool, but I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. They have so much work to do to fix the skill pool, in my opinion. They really need to, like, cut the summoning pool in half, remove some of the old Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 units, so that we could get better fodder from the newer units, and then also add... Oh, there's Leo, my favorite character. If you don't know, I have a +9 Summer Leo, so me and him have some, like, history. Not this Leo in particular, but he's not my favorite. Anyway, But yeah, I would love to see that though. If they did add one, like, you know, I think they wouldn't really do anything crazy, but like even if they add like Swift Sparrow 3, I think that would be really, really nice just to have on like budget builds. Because it's, you know, it's 6 attack, 7 speed, which is decent. It's not like as good as like Finish or stuff like that, but it's good enough. So hopefully they can add that at some point. But I think we're pretty far off. I think we just hit Spark. Okay. I gotta keep going a little bit more after Spark. I don't know, because I was really hoping to get, like, it didn't go bad, right? We got Hinokas, which are good. But man, I really was hoping to get like at least 1 Crom and like 2 plus 1 Elincia is good enough as a starting point. So that's fine. I might have to use Trait Fruit on her though to get the plus speed. Okay, let's go into the Spark. I mean, I don't think I have to really say this, but we are getting Elincia. As much as I would love to get Crom for fodder, for Lapis, we're not missing up a merge on Elincia because Elincia will always be in the Legendary Mythic pool, right? So this is the only way I can merge her up. There we go. There she is. Oh my god. She looks really good. I like this art a lot, even though it's not my favorite Elincia art. I think she looks great. There's Celestial Stone. Neutral. Okay, perfect. Actually, we'll put this one. Okay, let's keep going. Still got 100 orbs. Hopefully we can pick up an Elincia and a Crom. That would be great. Okay, our next question is going to be from Gucci Master D8432. Which new unit or refine from this year has played out the biggest role on your PvP teams? Have there been any surprise standouts so far? Conversely, which unit or refine from this unit were you psyched about at first, but just hasn't been that useful in practice? Love your videos and may all your orbs be read today. Thank you so much. Okay, that's a really good question. I'd love to have you guys answer that question too in the comment section down below. Like, if you do play PvP intensively, like who was your standout unit of the year? Now, when it comes to refines, I think it's kind of obvious for me. Like, has to be Altina's refine, right? Altina's refine just gave her a whole new breath of life. I was already using her beforehand, obviously, because I'm an Altina simp. But her actually getting that refine has made her meta, which is just so nice. And so now I can use Altina in Summoner Duels, I can use Altina in Aether's Offense and Chaos Season, and she's good, which is really, really nice. Like, she's better than she was before. So when it comes to refines, definitely that one. When it comes to new units, if I start with the biggest unit, I think there's like 2 answers, right? So we have like Femordis, right? Because Femordis has essentially become my save unit of choice in every single game mode that I can use him. So there's that. But to be fair, like, he hasn't like revolutionized my PvP teams. It's just that he is now my save unit of choice. When it comes to like the unit who has like been the standout, if we're not talking about Guidance 4, right? If we're not counting Tana for Guidance 4, which obviously Guidance 4 is just the meta skill of the year. I would have to say like Fallen Maria probably. Fallen Maria is just ridiculously good. She is so powerful. She can really just stop enemy teams from being able to engage on you. She can just put out a ton of damage. She can take out Vantage units. She can Unity stack naturally. You don't have to give her the fodder. Like, Fallen Maria is a really good unit. And so probably her has been like the standout of the year, especially combined with Femordis, right? Like I was saying earlier, like her and Femordis work really well together because it gives him that extra layer of protection, which then makes it so that Nightmare actually activates consistently, which then screws over the enemy team. So yeah, probably her. When it comes to the unit who has like been a bit of a disappointment, probably Diamant is definitely one of them. I was hesitant. Like, if you watched my reaction for that video, I was very hesitant on Diamant. Even when I misunderstood his weapon a little bit. I thought he could sack DR, but the enemy couldn't originally. But yeah, I was definitely a little bit hesitant on his like speed effect. So Diamant's been a bit of a disappointment, unfortunately. And then I think the other one would be like Embla, actually. I think Embla is a really good unit, don't get me wrong. But for me personally, I really don't have a spot for her on my defense team. And so she really hasn't done all that much for me personally. And I don't really use her in SD all that much either. So like, she really hasn't like revolutionized anything for me as well. When it comes to saves, like my defense doesn't really usually lose the saves because my nukes hit hard enough where they pretty much kill any save. Like, they can chew through Corn pretty easily. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have. I usually lose like the Omni tanks, if anything, or like hit and run. So yeah, I think those two probably is how I would say. We're at 9.5%. I just noticed that. Holy crap. That is pretty high. Come on. Give me an Elincia. Or one Chrome. I'll take either one. Oh man. What did our pity get that high? I think the Spark tricked me. Because I'm like, oh, we just got a 5-star. But it was the Spark 5-star. Henry, go away. Go away, Henry. Come on, game. Give me the Elincia luck. Okay, let's do another question. Maybe this question will bring us some luck. This one's going to be from Slosh Darnit. How would you rank all the Elincia arts in order? So, original, resplendent, dancer, summer, ascendant, legendary. Good luck on your pulls. Thank you. Okay, so this, I don't know. This might be controversial. I don't know. People get pretty picky when it comes to art, which I guess I'm a little bit picky as well. But for me, the best Elincia art, in my opinion, is the Ascended art. I really like Ascended Elincia. I think the art is just fantastic, right? It looks perfect, right? Like, I love that art. It looks so good. My second place is actually going to be Resplendent Elincia. I think the fairy art is just so good. And I don't like fairies at all, if you don't know. I don't like fairy resplendents very often either. So me saying that for Elincia, like, it's just perfect. Like, it looks so good. And for me, it's a massive upgrade over the original. Like, it's like going from some of the art I hate the most in the game to like some of my favorite art in the game. So definitely Resplendent. All right, 10%. Resplendent second. After that, I would say Legendary. And then Summer. Then Dancer. And then in very last place is Original. I really, really do not like the original Elincia art at all. I don't think it really looks like Elincia very much. I know people love Kipu's art. I do not like Kipu's art like ever. Which I think Pretty is like, that's her favorite artist. But like, I hate Kipu art like with a passion. And I don't think it looks like Elincia. I think it looks like some anime character with like, who's cosplaying as Elincia. I don't know. It just does not look good to me at all. So when they got Resplendent art for Elincia, I was very, very happy. And I've never gone back. I don't even look at the original art anymore. She had big old anime eyes. Like, I don't like it. Okay, we're at 10%. Please, game. 3 red orbs. Please, come on. This is rough. Oh my god. I didn't notice how bad this was until we're almost out of orbs. How many orbs did we go without getting a 5-star? That is ridiculous. Yeah, I'd love to hear what your guys' opinion are, because I know some people like love Kipu's art, so maybe I'm the only one who hates it. But yeah, I much prefer the Resplendent. And obviously the Ascendant is just like so good. Oh my god, so good. Okay. We're on our final circle. We're at 16 orbs, which is awkward. I wish we were at 17. Colorless. We're gonna be at 10.5% pity. I hate when this happens. Okay. We're gonna do what you shouldn't do and go it. Let me see if I can get 2 orbs real quick. Okay, this is gonna be our final circle for this video at least. I'll probably have to go back in later if we don't break the pity. We're gonna do one final question. Oh my god, it's freaking colorless. Ah, this ruined it. Crap. Oh, IS, you just will not let me stop, will you? Oh, it's Maria. Maria, I really didn't want to see you right now. Holy crap, did I not want to see you. That really, 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 really sucks. Like, that is probably the worst way to end the summoning session. Oh man, because I don't really want to pull greens. Like, what do I get the best out of? Is a Byleth. Blue, still not great. Colorless, I can get more Marias. Yeah, I don't. At 10.5%, that is so bad. I guess I'll do the colorless. Oh, what a way to end the video. What a way to end the video. I was hoping to get at least the red. Okay. Okay. You know what? Okay, that's a little bit better at least, right? Double 5-star. Not the 5 stars I wanted by any means. But at least there's 5 stars there, right? And go to, I can add for merge, I guess. I was gonna say, did I get triple? Triple? Okay, I'm not gonna pull the green or blue. I don't care enough to spend orbs for that. Okay, well, that was in a very anticlimactic way to end the summoning session. Overall, I would say it was an okay summoning session. What do we get? We got like 2 Hinokas, 1 Elincia, a Spark, a Lapis, which was nice. But we did not get a Crom, and I was hoping to get a little bit more. It's not a bad summoning session. Pretty decent, I'd say, overall. But now I'd love to hear from you. How did your summoning session go? If you did summon on this banner, did you snipe red like I did? And were you going for Elincia? Or maybe you're going for Hinoka? Or maybe you're even going for Crom? Because that Arcane Sword it's deceptively really good, right? Either way, I'd love to hear from you, so make sure to drop a comment down below letting me know how it went. And as always, I'd like to thank my members for all their constant support. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. This has been Oblivion. I'll catch you all later.